Hello guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Florence Amadible, and today my group and I will be lecturing you on what supply chain management is, the key components, the importance, the models to supply chain management, and the technologies involving supply chain management. So, what then is supply chain management? Supply chain management is the process of planning, controlling and identifying raw materials and goods and services in an organization to the final consumer. What are the importance of supply chain management? So it's for customer satisfaction, cost efficiency, it ensures good flow of production, and we move on to the components of supply chain management. So the components, we have planning, sourcing, producing and logistics. With the planning, they forecast demand. They see to what the amount of demand that will come to the organization in the near future, and also sourcing by producing raw materials and goods and services. The goods and services, they're producing the goods and services is for the final consumer, and the raw materials is for the production of the goods and services, and also producing. They also transform the raw materials into finished goods for our final consumers, and also the logistics is where it sees the storing of the raw materials and the final goods, and also the transportation of the raw materials, and also the transportation of the final goods and services. Thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Bye bye.
I'm Kini Abigail, and I'll continue from the key functions of supply chain management. And one is demand management. And with demand management, it requires forecast and guess and matching. Basically, it's about predicting or figuring out how much the customers will need or want, estimating the needs, and making sure that you have enough inventory or material to provide to the customers. And the second one is inventory control. And with inventory control, and the second one is inventory control. And with inventory control or inventory management, this functions focuses on controlling the flow of material. The company has to have the right amount of inventory available at the right time and place. The company has to make sure that they don't have more than enough to cause wastage and not too little to cause shortage. And the third one is order fulfillment. This one too talks about the company making sure that all the orders from the customers get to their vicinity or places at the right time and an accurate place. And the company also has to fulfill all the orders made by customers in timely and accurate place. Make sure that everything is delivered to them. The fourth one talks about suppliers relationship. We all know that when the company has this cordial relationship, and with suppliers, it's partnership and suppliers who works hand in hand with people who makes the products. And so the company has to make sure that they have a good relationship, maintaining and building that relationship with their suppliers. For instance, let's take a shoemaker, not the one that we normally know, they're popularly known as the shoemakers, but this one we are talking about shoemakers. The shoemakers, since they are suppliers, since they are the manufacturers, they will need suppliers to provide them with thread, with leathers, and so on and so forth. So they need to maintain this cordial relationship with their suppliers. And then lastly, with the key function, talks about the customer relationship. And this is about finding ways and measures to keep customers close and in touch. So we then move on to the strategies of supply chain management. And one says lean supply chain management. And this is about being efficient, cutting down waste and saving money, making what you need only at the right time when it's needed by using the just-in-time technique. And then we all know that just-in-time explains itself as minimizing waste and increasing efficiency. So the others that the customers and the others that the company receive, if it is 10 amounts, that is they will stick to the 10 amounts. They won't do maybe 11 so that one will be left, so that it can be an excess. Okay, so let's take pizza. Those who do pizza, for instance, they get orders before they do the required amount, so that they deliver them to the customers. So we take the second one, which is agile supply chain management. And with this, agile means flexible, something that is flexible, and it's being able to change quality when customer demand changes. It's important in your fashion trends. And so, for instance, let's take the hairdressers for instance. You see, nowadays we the leaders. I mean, when there is new trend in hairstyles, we all do it. And so, if you are a hairdresser and you don't stick to this new trend thing, you are not going to make it here. So the third one talks about green supply chain management. And the green here means being eco-friendly, making sure that the supply chain is good in the environment, reducing pollution and using sustainability practice. And the fourth one is global supply chain management. This is dealing with the world. If one embark on a business, the company has to think about going on international borders. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Abba Isabella, and I'm presenting on the role of technologies in supply chain management. So first off, we'll start with artificial intelligence. We'll start with Internet of Things. Internet of Things are devices which have sensors, and they track the location, condition, and status of inventory in real time. They also dictate and monitor inventory levels, detecting stockouts, overstocking, and expiry dates on inventory or materials. Now we move on to artificial intelligence. With artificial intelligence, they are computer advanced technologies which helps organizations to analyze their historical data, seasonalities, and market trends to predict demand. AI optimizes supply chain operations such as routing, scheduling, and inventory management. Now we'll move on to blockchain. Blockchain technology provides a secure, decentralized, and transparent record of supply chain transactions. Blockchain-based inventory management systems track inventory levels, movements, and ownerships. Now, we'll move on to enterprise resource planning systems. Enterprise resource planning systems integrate various business functions, including supply chain management, into single platforms. This enables real-time visibility, automation, optimization of supply chain operations. Now move on to drones and autonomous vehicles. These enhance last mile delivery efficiency and fast delivery. So I'll be continuing with real-world examples. We took an example of Amazon's supply chain. In Amazon, they use AI, robotics, and advanced logistics to ensure fast deliveries to their customers. This creates efficient inventory and warehousing that will reduce cost, that's cost of holding or any cost at all. also took an example of Apple supply chain. In Apple supply chain, they use global supplier networking and just-in-time inventory management. With this, they tend to create strong supplier relationship, and with a just-in-time, it will help them reduce holding stock. And so their strong supply relationship ensures component availability at any time they need components for production. We use Toyota's lean supply chain. We also use Toyota's lean supply chain. In the Toyota production system, they focus on waste reduction. So they use just-in-time manufacturing to optimize their production efficiency. Thank you.
I bet the link is necessary and I'm going to talk about the models of supply chain and its importance. So under the models of supply chain, we have the continuous flow of model. That is, it is used for stable demand industry, like example oil. We also have another point, that is the fast chain model. It is suitable for short production life cycle, for example, fashion, electronics, etc. We also have another point, which is the efficient chain model. It is cost effective for price incentive markets. We also have another point that comes under the efficient chain of model. That is the Alligo model. It is best for unpredictable demand of environment. Example, the tech, the staples. And we also have the flexible model. It's also under the supply chain model. It's one of the models. It works for a seasonal industry, agriculture, tourism, etc. We also have the last point under it, which is the custom configured model. Mix of different models for customized production. Here, I was talking about the supply chain models. That is the mode of which a supply chain is supposed to go through before it becomes successful. We are now coming to talk about the importance of the supply chain models. We have the cost reduction, the customer satisfaction, the competitive advantages, and the risk management. So I'll take the cost reduction. For the cost reduction, it talks about optimizing process to save money, how we save money, how money can be reduced. And for the customer satisfaction, it talks about faster and more reliable deliveries. The customer will be satisfied, he's going to be okay with whatever he receives. We also talk about the competitive advantages, which talks about companies with strong supply chain outperformance competitors. And for the risk management, it helps in handling disruption and supply failure. Thank you.
Hi, I go by the name of Manuela Ajinlati, and I'm here to talk about the challenges associated with the supply chain models. So firstly, the supply chain disruptions. That is the natural disasters, pandemics, or geopolitical issues that affect the supply chain. And then we also have demand fluctuations, unpredictable changes in consumer demand, which affect the supply chain as well. We have supplier reliability, where you can't trust the supplier so much, and then the risk of supplier failure as well. We also have regulatory compliance, where to comply with custom laws, trade, traffics, and then environmental policies in the supply chain management or models. So and then we also have cybersecurity threat, protecting supply chain data from cyber attacks or fraudulent misuse or breach. Thank you.
Okay, so I'm Pavakin Arthur, and I'll be doing the conclusion. So in all, we say supply chain management is essential for business success, impacting cost efficiency and customer satisfaction. Companies investing in technology, sustainability, and this one goes. Companies investing in technology, sustainability, and agility will remain competitive. The future of supply chain management, which is SCM, is driven by AI, automation, and eco-friendly solutions. Thank you. Thank you.